This video is about 2-point perspective. I'm going to show you a fun and easy way to draw 2-point perspective. And this is an exercise that I did in high school, and it was really fun to be able to learn how to see in 3D and to understand how to use this way of drawing. 2-point perspective is a great way to give your drawing some depth and also some dimension. This method uses 2 vanishing points on the horizon line. It's not like 1-point perspective where there's only 1 vanishing point. This one has 2. And so we'll see how that is done. This technique is especially useful for drawing objects at an angle. It gives more of a realistic representation of the space. So why do we use it? 1, we use it for realism. It makes our drawings look a lot more lifelike. And 2, it gives it depth, so it adds a 3-dimensional feel to the work. And then 3, it's versatility, useful for architectural drawings, for furniture, for anything that you want to give a 3D effect to. If you have a fun way to practice perspective drawing, leave a comment below and let me know what it is you do. Perspective is one of my favorite things to do. I've had a career history in doing 3D renderings for architecture, so I really enjoy that 3D space. All right, let's get into this. The paper I'm going to use is the Biggie sketch pad. It's pretty big. It's 18 by 24, 50-pound paper. It's really good sketch paper. The other tools I'm going to use is a ruler, and I prefer metal rulers. They're sturdy. I could draw on them and erase them pretty easily. And this one I've used for many years. And also a mechanical pencil. I really enjoy this pencil because I can mark what kind of, I don't know if you can see that. I can mark what kind of lead I have in there. So you just loosen this up. You can go from F to H to HB. It's a 0.5 size. Okay, so first we want to establish where our vanishing points are and the horizon line. To begin, we're going to draw a straight horizontal line and find our vanishing points. You don't have to draw the vanishing line if you don't want to. You could just have the vanishing points, but we will go ahead and draw those in. So what I've done is I found the center of the paper with my ruler, center, on the horizontal line, and center. And I'm going to go about 2 inches. Actually, for this video, we will go 3 inches. I'm lining up my ruler on the dots to make sure that it's perfectly centered. Okay. So I'm gonna lighten these up a little bit, so I don't confuse them with my vanishing point. Okay. So there's our vanishing points. Our ruler. We're going to make a straight line from one point to the other. So with this exercise, we are going to create 3 boxes. One box will be in the center. Another box will be below the horizon line, and the third box will be above the horizon line. And you can make these boxes any size you want. So with 2-point perspective, the vertical lines are going to be straight up and down. All right, I may have gone off the page a little, so I'll shrink it. There we go. So we have, this is gonna be one box, another box, and another box. Okay. Now this box, I'm gonna make it kind of skinny and tall. And you can get super accurate if you want and measure it out to make sure it's perfectly straight up and down. I'm just gonna eyeball it. So I'm checking the angle of my ruler here against this line, and then I'm just gonna slide it over a little. And I'm pretty sure it's not straight up and down. That's okay. All right, these other two boxes, I'm just going to figure out the sizes later, just to show you different ways to do this. So here, this is going to be our corner that sticks out. So what we do is at the very bottom and at the very top, we're going to connect them to the vanishing point. I drew the line really light because I'm not going to commit to this line as my permanent line. And what you could do, if you know the size that you want, you could just draw it and stop where you want to stop. So our goal here is to make 3 boxes. Now this line is going to connect to the vanishing point here. And I'm going to draw my vertical line. And I'm not going to measure, I'm just eyeballing this. So that's one plane, that's one side of the box. Now we're going to make the other side. And the other side, you connect the same points on this edge here to the other vanishing point. And I've already drawn out my line because that's where I want to end it. All right, now we have our box. Also, if you don't want to smear when you've got the little eraser pieces, use the brush. All right, now we have a beautiful box. So let's draw the other two. Now this one's below the horizon line. So we're going to see the top of the box. Same idea. You always keep your ruler at the vanishing point, and you just move to where there's the end of your vertical line. There is a ruler that's an L shape. This one's pretty large, and this is handy for creating straight vertical lines. It's also called a square angle ruler. I think like tri-squares or something like that. And then you just put that at the edge of your paper, wherever it is, or even at the line of your horizon line. Make it as accurate as you want. All right, so we have this side of the box. Now we're gonna do this side of the box. And we have 2 sides of the box. Now we need to figure out the top. So we go from here over to here. Now we got to figure out this line. So here. It's easier if you put the ruler on top of the box. When I had the ruler like this, it was harder for my eyes to see down. And so, because I'm sitting on this side, so you put your ruler above it, above the box, so that you can see where you're drawing. Okay, now for our third box, which is above the horizon line. It's a lot steeper because of how far up it is. I'm using this as a guide. I'm just gonna eyeball this line right here. Now this part, we could decide to have the box in front or behind. If we have this box behind, and we draw a line, then it will disappear behind this box. If this box is in front of this box, then when we draw a line this way, it'll go over the box. So what we'll want to do is find the corner here. So I'm going to lightly draw the rest of it in. So this is our corner. And now we draw from that corner to this vanishing point. And remember, it's behind this box. So we start here and bring it forward. Find our corner here, over to this vanishing point, and we found our corner right here. Okay, so for this next part, this is the fun part. We're going to cut pieces out of these boxes. And so first, let's mess with this box here. We're going to create a couple lines coming down. And at this point, draw really lightly. I'm pushing down a little hard so you can see in the video, but draw as lightly as you can so that we can go back and erase it. Now remember, from this point, we want to go this way, not this way. If we drew our line this way, it would disappear behind this wall. Alrighty, so now we have our box on this plane here, and pretend like none of this exists. So we just created a line or a box on this line. Now to make it, or give it depth, this line here exists inside of the box, so we're gonna cut it out here. Now the top plane, each side is a plane. This top plane here needs to be cut out as well. So we've created a corner right here, and now it needs a line to represent that corner. Get our handy eraser, clean it up. Now we've just cut a hole into our box. What we want to do for the rest of this project is cut as many holes as we can in these boxes. And what that does is it helps us think about where the lines are going. So try this for yourself. I'm going to fast forward a little bit and cut a bunch of holes into these boxes, and let's see how you do. This is a closed area, so we're only going to see one line. So let's say we do a closed box here, but it's really shallow. It's not very deep. What would that look like? To make this more complicated, I'm going to put a hole here that goes all the way through. So first, let's cut the hole out on the front of this face. So if I want this hole to go all the way through, how am I going to know where it hits here? Well, use the point here. We're going to draw a very light line that covers this whole area. Can you see that? It's kind of light. We're also going to draw a very light line on this corner because we need to figure out where the lines hit on those. We will also do that on the top ones. Alrighty, so we've torn up this side pretty good. Let's do something back here. Just for fun, I want to connect this with this. How would I do that? So I'm going to create a wall or hallway. You can think of it as a hallway. It's going to be about this wide, and I want it to connect here. Okay, so let's build our vertical lines first. Now imagine you got to walk through there to get over to here. So we got to cut out. Remember this, since our line is going to go this way, needs to go to this vanishing point. We have a corner right here and a corner right here. The only vertical line we're going to see is the one right here. So a couple of things to always think about. When it's going through the horizontal line, the corner needs 3 lines. One going to one perspective point, and one going to the other perspective point. And one as the vertical line. Same with when it's below. One side going this way, one side going that way, and the same is true for above. As we're cutting our box up, think about the 3 lines. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, but we don't see it because it's covered by this plane. The 3 exists, we just don't see it. So you check every corner and double check that it has the 3 lines. Corner 3. Corner 3. This corner 1, 2. There's a 3rd, but it's behind this wall, this plane. Another way to better visualize the planes, because right now it looks a little confusing looking at it. So what you can do is shade them in. So I'm just gonna grab a regular HB pencil and I'm just gonna lightly shade this in. Nothing too fancy. Just so that we can visualize the plane a little better. And if you've seen my shading video, it teaches you about how to use light and shadow to be able to shade an organic object. But with this perspective drawing, we could use the same principles and create a light source and shade it in. So we're gonna say that the light source is coming from here. So play a little bit more with this. If you have any questions, please comment below. Let me know if I can help you understand it a little bit better. And keep practicing. And it'll probably be difficult at first, but the more you do it, the more you're going to understand how it works and how to do it. And if you want to learn more about shading, check out my other video. It explains the light and shadow a little bit better, and it's got a fun little project you can follow along with. And if you want to see more tutorials, more ways to draw, some tips and tricks, please subscribe, hit the like button, and hope to see you in the next video.